My jungle will lure you in, with paths that are deceptively apparent and secrets that will never be uncovered. Silver starlight may show you the way, shape-shifting shadows will lead you astray. So open your eyes, I shall show you a world etched deep in my mind and free from your kind. Only the greatest explorers of the unknown, those who are willing to lose themselves, can unravel the enigma. For the essence of the jungle lies not in being found, but in getting lost. Welcome to Thorn's Jungle.
Hello, long time no here. I'm back by popular demand, apparently. It's been ages since I've done a episode, and frankly, I knew people were listening and subscribing, but I didn't think that there would be so much public outrage that I've stopped doing it. So I decided, I may as well give the public what they want, and that's more episodes. So I am going to do more episodes. I keep on getting messages and comments on social media saying, when are you doing more episodes of Thorn's Jungle and stuff like that. So here I am. And, I do like doing them. But, with podcasting, it's hard to know if people are enjoying them. Because you don't get, direct feedback all the time. So you can do a bunch of episodes and not really know if you're doing the right thing, if people are enjoying them or not. And you can put ratings and reviews and stuff on the podcast apps and things like that, but not many people do it. So I stopped doing them for ages, and then got a bunch of messages and comments. So whoever messaged and commented, this is for you. I'm back because of you. If I didn't get these messages or comments, I wouldn't be doing any more episodes, because it's I can talk for hours about animals, but whether or not anyone wants to sit there and listen to me, that's a different story. So I think my last episode, nothing's really changed with COVID. Same old. I'm still trapped in Australia. We can't leave the country or come back at the moment. We got to hit a certain target of vaccinations for everybody in the country until they can sort of consider opening up again. And that target's 80%, which is pretty ambitious of them. But, hopefully with the rate we're going, we'll get there. And I can get back out there into the jungle. So, speaking of jungles, I want to talk about, which this episode will be about, primatology. And I've named this episode Pant Hoot, the Pant Hoot episode, or Pant Hoot Podcast, which I will do sort of, I'll release a Pant Hoot episode every few weeks, or monthly, or every few months. It'll be a little surprise, and it'll be a episode designated to primates. Now, I'll call it the Pant Hoot because that's the noise that chimpanzees make. And you would have, it's super recognizable. It's, the, that sort of thing. That's a Pant Hoot. Jane Goodall can do a really good one. A lot better than mine. Because I think if I was to focus on one sort of area of zoology, if I had a gun to my head and it was pick a field of zoology to specialize in, it would probably be primatology. I love primates. I really do. I love all animals. But I think primates, they're how can you not say monkeys are cool? They're awesome, monkeys and apes. and lemurs, obviously, tarsiers, loris, they're all cool. And see, so there's kind of like two main branches of primatology. Or primates. There's the strepsirrhines and the haplorhines. And the strepsirrhines are the wet-nosed primates. So that's like your loris, your bush babies, your galagos, your lemurs. They're called wet-nosed primates because they're kind of like, soft tissue, mucousy, wet noses like a dog's. Then you got the dry-nosed primates, which are your haplorhines, and they're your monkeys and your apes. I'm sort of more interested in the haplorhines, so the monkeys and apes. And within that group of haplorhines, it's split off to your catahines, which are your old world monkeys, and your what's it called again? Platyhines, which are your new world monkeys. So old world monkeys are monkeys and apes. All apes are old world, so they're the catahines. Old world means Asia, Africa, and your new world monkeys are like Central South American monkeys. Obviously, there's no apes on South America. But I love primates. I love monkeys and apes because if I'm out in the jungle and I see a monkey, I know I'm out in the jungle. I know I'm in the tropics. I know I'm in a tropical area because monkeys and apes only live in tropical areas, excluding a couple of species like your Japanese macaques. Japanese macaques are actually the most northern monkey in the world, and they live in the coldest climate of any monkey and ape in the world. Now, what's the difference between a monkey and ape, you ask? Well, evolutionary differences. They've branched off evolutionarily. But your main sort of way of telling is apes don't have tails, where monkeys do. Apes build nests to sleep in. Monkeys do not. And obviously apes are a lot bigger than your average monkey. You look at a gorilla, it can be 220 kilos, big 500-pound silverback. And your biggest monkey is the mandrill. So you obviously seen Lion King, you see Rafiki. He's a mandrill. They're found in West Africa, mandrills. And they're the biggest monkey by weight and height. Now, a lot of people think they're a type of baboon, but they're not. They're in the genus Mandrillus, which there are two species. There's the drill and the mandrill, and they're both in the genus Mandrillus. The mandrill is Mandrillus sphinx, and the drill is Mandrillus. I can't remember. It's not. Yeah, I can't remember. It might be Anubis. I'm not too sure. I don't know. Can't remember. But yeah, obviously, the old world monkeys are probably the most recognizable. So the catahines are like your baboons, your macaques, your colobus monkeys, your vervet monkeys, and then your new world monkeys, which are the platyhines. Like your spider monkeys, squirrel monkeys, your tamarins, your marmosets, howler monkeys. Howler monkeys are the biggest primate, apart from humans, on any of the American continents. And, there are no apes on any of the Americas apart from humans. But howler monkeys are sick. I saw them in Bolivia. Actually, I heard them in Bolivia. My God, did I hear them. On the Beni River, which is kind of like a tributary of the Amazon. And I just hear this like this guttural roar growling. I'm like, what the hell is that? And you would think it's a lion or something like that, but no, it's a howler monkey. Like, they are demonic sounding. It's awesome. And I think they actually are the loudest animal on land. and they're not. I mean, they're big in monkey standards, but they're not ginormous. Like they don't match that noise, that's for sure. But they're super cool. Yeah, I saw on South America. I saw squirrel monkeys. I saw capuchins. They're awesome. I mean, if you've watched any movie or TV show, if you've ever watched Friends, Ross's monkey Marcel is a capuchin. There's a few different species and types of capuchins. There's like the Panamanian, I think it's a white-capped gibbon. There's brown-capped gibbon, not gibbons. Fuck, capuchins. I'm losing it. Brown capuchins. Yeah, there's several different species of capuchins, but I think the most recognizable is the ones. Spike as well on Ace Ventura. He's a capuchin, and I think it's actually the same monkey. So Spike on Ace Ventura is the same monkey, not just same species, but same individual that is on Friends, and he's in a couple of different movies. He's actually like quite a famous monkey, this capuchin. So I saw them, howler monkeys, squirrel monkeys. Did I see any other monkeys in? I think that's all the monkeys I saw when I was in the Amazonia region. But I would love to go to Brazil and see the golden lion tamarins. They're awesome. Tamarins are sick. Especially the golden lion ones, because the name just just fits the bill. Golden lion. I mean, they got like a little lion mane kind of thing, and they're gold in color, and I think as of a few years ago, they were sort of the only primate that went from critically endangered status to just endangered. So they actually came back from close to extinction, which is really cool, and it's like hopeful. Gives us hope for the future of like conserving primates and things like that. Now, people are gonna think I'm absolutely insane when I say this, but if you've ever been to like Southeast Asia, other parts of Asia, you will know the monkeys I'm talking about, the macaques. And I'm gonna say it here first. I love macaques. Damn, that sounds bad. I love macaques. I love macaque monkeys. Yeah, jeez. I love macaque so much. I play with it all the time. I love macaque monkeys, right? They're probably my favorite monkey. And, most people hate them because they are cheeky little bastards. And I 100% agree with you. That's why I like them so much. Every sort of jungle I've been in Southeast Asia, there's always been a problem with macaques. Mainly the long-tailed macaques, also known as the crab-eating macaques, because they are so urbanized and adapted to people, where they kind of just lose fear of people, and they just don't give a toss. Hey, like they're not scared of you. Like the amount of times, there'll be a macaque in my path, or trying to get something off me, and you yell at it, try to spook it. It doesn't give a shit. It just sits there going, mate, you don't scare me. And they'll come at you. Like if those macaques jump on you, do not try and grab one and chuck it off, because they'll just piss him off even more. And then his mates will come and they'll mob you. But they steal stuff off you. You wear sunglasses around them, they'll steal stuff. When I was in Borneo, they nearly killed us. Pigtailed macaques. We're walking and there's big, thick branches dropping in front of us. We're like, what the hell is going on? It's these pigtailed macaques up in the canopy jumping on these logs, trying to get them to break and fall down onto us. And these are falling from like 50 meters, so like 150 feet up in the air, and they're thick logs. They would have killed us outright. So they're cunning like that. They can be quite malicious. But I love them. I love them so much. And it's super interesting learning about them, which is why the Pant Hoot episodes are going to be sort of looking at different primates, so we can focus on like your baboons, the 5 species of baboons. We can on another episode we can look at marmosets and tamarins, and obviously they have the marmosets have the smallest species of monkey in the world. A little pygmy marmoset. They're like the size, if not smaller, than a rat, and they're just adorable. And then we can then go into like apes. We can go into the gorillas, which there are quite a few subspecies, and also in the chimpanzees there's a few different subspecies. But you've also got the bonobo, which is a species of chimpanzee, same genus, different species. It's not a species. Well, yeah, different species to the chimpanzee, but same genus. We can go look at the orangutans, which is the only ape that is out of Africa, that isn't found in Africa. It's found in throughout Southeast Asia, in the island of Borneo and Sumatra. Now they're super interesting. Just the differences between your chimpanzees, your gorillas, your bonobos, and your orangutans is vastly different. And I've been lucky enough to see an orangutan in the wild in Borneo, and yeah, we'll get into that on another episode of Pant Hoot episode. But yeah, primates. We are primates as much as we try and distance ourselves from them and say, no, we're not an animal, we're not an ape. It's like, no, we absolutely are. I mean, some more so than others. I'm definitely more ape than others. I have a thick covering of hair. And it's hair, it's not fur. No primates really have fur. Even your big mountain gorillas, it's hair. Fur is sort of like different. You got sort of different lengths of hair, like covering your body. And here's a little fact that'll trip you out. Did you know that gorillas, chimpanzees, orangutans, any monkey actually has the same number of hairs as humans? We've got the same amount of hair on our bodies, me probably more so, than gorillas. It's just, a lot of our hair is just light fuzz, whereas gorillas and other apes have a super thick hairs, like very thick hairs, but we do have the same amount of body hair follicles, which is crazy. I mean, my body hair come out like a gorilla's, unfortunately. It's a curse. But with these episodes as well, these Pant Hoot episodes, we're going to get into also undiscovered apes, and recently there's been even newly discovered monkeys, especially around the Myanmar area, so formerly known as Burma. There's been recent monkeys found in China, but also your crypto apes. So you got obviously your Bigfoots, your Yetis and things like that, and we can get into that and why I think some of them are maybe there's some credibility to, some of them why there probably isn't. And we can also get into paleoanthropology, so the study of like extinct hominins, simians, things like that. Which is actually really interesting because then we can get into animals like the Gigantopithecus blacki, which is the biggest ape that's ever existed, excluding my friend Ramsey. So we're talking about an ape that's 3 meters tall, 9-10 foot tall, 1,000 pounds, 500 kilos. So if that's not dope enough for you, I don't know what is, because that's pretty damn cool. So this episode was pretty much just to give you a rundown of what's happening, what we're going to get into, the different sort of areas of primates we're going to get into. Like I mentioned, the strepsirrhines, which are your lemurs, lorises, bush babies, galagos, your haplorhines, which is the dry-nosed primates, your monkeys and your apes. And then we're going to get into obviously splitting them up into the old world, new world, so the catahines and the platyhines, and talk about them. And then we're going to go even deeper into different groups, like your Papio, which is the genus for the baboons, your macaca, which are your macaques, and I'm going to tell you some funny stories about macaques, and also some really interesting stories about macaques that can almost border on psychic powers. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, I'm back, baby. And yeah, I will see you next time. I'm sorry this isn't like a super long episode. I'm just trying to get back into the rhythm of talking to myself, essentially. But yeah, I actually think like the sort of 20-minute, half-hour episodes are way better, because when I listen to podcasts, I'm at the gym or something like that. So my workouts normally go for like, 45 minutes. And if it's like an hour plus long podcast, I never finish it. I'm not going to go back and listen to the last 15 minutes of it. I just won't. So the shorter episodes, I think, are cooler. Nobody wants to sit there listening for hours and hours and hours. They listen to podcasts when they're driving to work, things like that. Hopefully none of you are driving hours to get to work every day, because that's just insane. But I will see you soon for a next episode of Thorn's Jungle. Cheers, everyone.